Hello, this is Anime Vision, and welcome to What If Deku. Well, not well. What if My Hero Academia was in a zombie apocalypse? Woohoo! Now, what do I really want to? Oh yeah. First things first. Sorry, I have not made any new videos recently. I have had a lot of schoolwork to do. Finally got off school. Tried making a video yesterday. Turns out there was no audio. So, decided to make another video today. So, woohoo! I might make two today. I don't know. If another one doesn't come out, then sorry. Okay, the neighbor is mowing his yard. Well, my neighbor is mowing his yard, so that's what that sound is in the background. In case you all hear that. Now, actually into the thing. Now, this is a redo, because I tried doing it before. I did not like how I ended up doing a few things in it. So, I'm going to do a redo of this. Now, in it, in this one, Deku, he's going to be that same, just, nerdy kid who really liked heroes. And he never met All Might in this one. Such villain attack. All Might caught him earlier. Now, this pretty much caused Deku to be the same. Meaning into the UA entrance exam. Deku, he only got into general studies since he studied instead of worked out. So he just thinks at least he got to go to UA. And Bakugo is very mad at him, and since there was no Sledgehammer event, Bakugo never really stopped picking on Deku. Meaning, Deku was being bullied the entire time. Now, the story really begins. Oh yeah, Mineta is expelled. So, just so you all know. Now, the story really begins during the, UA, or the USJ. Now, Deku, he asks if he can volunteer because he hears that he's going to the USJ. And he wants to volunteer as one of the, a civilian. He wants to volunteer and make sure. He just wants to help them get, when they're the hero course. if he can't be a hero, at least he wants to help them in any way he possibly can. So on the ride on the bus, everyone was asking. I was asking everyone about the quirks, and Bakugo was very mad that Deku's coming along. This Bakugo is a little angrier. So, just so you know. Now, what should I do? Okay, I got it. So they all ask Deku what his quirk is, and he says that he's quirkless. And I said, he still got into UA? He said, yeah, but he's only in general studies. He didn't get any points during the actual exam. He got severely hurt. And they said, oh, they kind of feel bad for him. And now, if they get into the USJ, 13's explaining everything, and she goes up to Midoriya and says, explaining what his job is. And this is when the villains teleport in. But this time, something's a little bit different. One of them throws up a little bit of blood. Their hair starts slowly turning in a lighter color. Their eyes are red. The skin is starting to turn into a grayish color too. And this is when he starts biting and eating other people. And those people start doing the exact same thing. He was wondering, is he able to share a power-up quirk? What's going on? Everyone's really worried. Shigaraki doesn't know what's going on, because he didn't think anybody had a quirk like this. This is when Ida starts running back inside, seeing there's people eating each other outside. And everyone's kind of getting a little worried. The villains are starting to fight off the other people. And Shigaraki gets Kurogiri to teleport him out of there now. Just to whenever Shigaraki gets back, he sees that not everyone's teleported. There's people eating each other in his own base. Just before he gets teleported out, he gets bit. And this leads to Kurogiri being the only survivor on the villain side, since he just teleported himself out. Going to All for One. Now, back to everyone else. Back to go back to Class 1A and Deku. They are all running as fast as they possibly can. Deku actually has a high endurance because he's had to run with Bakugo for quite a while. So he's slower than everyone else, but he's not as winded. Actually, no, Minetta's behind him. No, Minetta's gone. Yeah, so he's behind everyone else. This is when they all hear a scream, and they just see a zombie eating at nothing. Grabbing onto nothing. Because Hakure thought that the zombie would be able to get her if she, well, you know. So, then they just saw blood go absolutely everywhere whenever the zombie took a bite. Everyone knew that this was like a life or death situation. People were going mad in the streets. This is when they started. Oh, this is when they climbed one of the buildings in USA. There was like that small little city. Well, the fire is not there right now. Just everything. Everyone. They don't seem to be able to use their quirks unless it's a mutation. But they do seem to be stronger and faster than a normal person. One got right up to Bakugo, and Bakugo used an explosion on it, blasting off the side of its face. But it didn't even flinch, it just kept on moving forward, trying to bite him. This is when Momo made it bad, and just smacked the zombie, breaking its skull. No one even has time to realize no one even has time to think about what just happened. They just keep on running, going up the stairs. They block the way, and they all think they're gonna die. Some of the zombies are climbing upstairs, others are climbing up the side of the building. Deku just tells Momo to make as many weapons as possible. And Deku has seen a few zombie movies, so he just tells everyone to aim for the head. He tells, no one there knows how to use a gun, because there really isn't a need for a gun. Well, except for Momo, I think. Momo would probably know how to use a gun. So she did make a few guns for herself. And pretty much she has made tons of weapons for everyone else. Deku told Todoroki to freeze the side of the building so that way anything going up there will just fall off. After doing that, the zombies did seem to slow down quite a bit. He then told Todoroki to freeze the door over. That should buy them enough time for them to properly get something. Well, properly get supplies, the supplies they needed. So Momo's continuing making stuff. The zombies were starting to make their way up the ice. They can now not even slow down. Their hair was completely white now. It looked like they had claws. They're climbing up the ice. Slower than they were when they were climbing up the building, but still. This is when Deku asked about every single one of their quirks. Because now they're about halfway up the building, and they can just hear the other zombies breaking down the door. Everyone goes down the list of quirks, and he asks Ochako if she can make everyone float, including herself. She said, yeah, but she'll be weak, and she won't be able to, because she has problems doing it with, making herself float, and if she uses it too much, she gets nauseated. If she gets nauseous enough, then can't use her quirk. Deku said, okay. He then went over to Zero and asked and asked them to tape everyone together. He told Bakugo to go in front, so that way he can steer using his explosions. And Bakugo was about to argue, and then he just said, "Do it now." Deku, he's kind of taking charge during this. He's very good at planning. He's trying to look at all the quirks to try and get them to survive. He has to be more analytical during this. Now, while everyone's kind of getting geared up, okay, so he was making a plan. He's pretty much just making a plan. And this is kind of when, like, after everyone gets taped up, and they're about to tape up Deku, the wall just breaks down. Now, Uraraka has not made everyone float yet. So, Deku just grabs a bat and begins knocking down all the zombies that walk by. And he just, well, everybody else gets starting to float. Just quickly run through Deku, taps them, and they just jump off. Bakugo steering. Uraraka just looks like she's about to just die. And everyone was kind of congratulating Deku with the quick thinking. And Deku said, well, he just didn't even pay attention to it. He just looked at Ida and said, how bad was it out there? Like, because Ida ran right back in, like, inside was safer. Oh, by the way, Aizawa is with them, too. His quirk is useless. Just gonna say that now. The Deku just is... Pretty much, he is just... after asking Ida said that there was just fire and dead bodies everywhere. So, people were eating each other. So, Deku said, we're gonna have to find some kind of shelter. No, Sid. No, Sid. Okay. So, while trying to find, kind of floating out of the USJ, Bakugo is actually starting to get... No, Sid! Stop on. Okay, so... No, Sid! No! 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 Now... Deku sees like a gun store nearby. Well, sees a gun store. And he thinks that might be a good place to loot up since they're, well, they can't really rely on Momo forever because her quirk has limits. And he's pretty much asking the limit of her quirk, like how her quirk works, because depending on what happens, like may affect, well, depending on her thing, it might affect where they need to go. Because she's basically the most important member of the team right now. And she's explaining her quirk. And Deku's like, okay. So he kind of knows what they have to do. They have to go to somewhere with lots of food. Ow, dog. He pretty much just back way, dog. Okay. What is going on now? Okay. He just tells Bakugo. Now, he's towards the back, and he's kind of navigating. He has a Google map on his phone, and he's trying to find a place that would have lots of food that's kind of far away from, kind of good distance away from any populations. And he kind of sees that there is a small store that, I don't know, like a Dollar General or something, like any kind of small store like that. And it's kind of, well, it's around the outside of the city limit. Well, a city. Or it's around that. So he's kind of navigating Bakugo to the area. Whenever they finally get there, Bakugo needs his hands bandaged from the non-stop explosions for about 2.5 hours. Uraraka, she is, like, extremely nauseous. And Todoroki was even helping a little bit by using his fire side to kind of propel them forward a little bit. And also, whenever they got to, like, taller buildings, she'd jump, giving them more height. He'll jump off the building and kind of force everyone up else, too. So, they pretty much saw what the whole entire city is going through. There was just blood and death everywhere. People eating each other. But they always had the same thing. Their skin was turning grayish. Their hair was turning like a white color. Or was at least getting a whiter. The longer the infection is, the more advanced the zombie will get. Pretty much the longer you have it, the worse it'll get. To the point where it starts bonding with quirks, kinda making advanced ones, but only if it's a mutation. So, yeah. Now, they finally get to the store, and Deku kind of gives everyone a ration, he has them all look at all, but first thing they get when they get there, They heal people that need to get healed. They help people that need help there. And right after that, with Uraraka just resting, and so is Bakugo. He immediately tells them to look around, check the back, everything, and he kind of has Momo make them weapons. Get all their supplies and count them all up, and then he has them all tell them the restrictions of their quirks, trying to find out if there's any way he can kind of use a workaround or try and get them to help them. They found a generator in there. We found a generator in there, so they will be able to have power for a little while. They can kind of look around to see if there's any gas stations on Google Maps. Okay. And he sees there are a few gas stations nearby. This is when he kind of hears a scream from the back. Apparently, some of the infected were back there. Whenever they got in there, there was blood everywhere. He got some cleaning supplies, and he said he'll clean everything up and throw out any of the stuff that may be bad there. He just tells them they all can go. Everyone's asking, why is he really doing as much as he's doing? Deku says he wants to pull his own weight. He has no quirk, so he has to be useful in another way. He then looks at Aizawa and says, your quirk might not be as useful now. Because there may be a few people alive that may try and hurt them, but they might not rely on their quirks as much as they used to. Because weapons are a really big deal now. No, Sid! So now, after cleaning everything up, he tells everyone he had to throw away a few items. He asked them, how good are we on food? And Aizawa just says they have enough food to last 1 month if they ration. But majority of it is not going to be healthy or good for them. Deku says that should be fine. They'll have to do scouting missions too, just to make sure that will ensure that all the Frozens stay frozen. Now he starts making a list of how much rations each person gets a day. Now everyone's kind of mad that none of them really gets that much, except for Momo. She gets double the amount of rations. Well, asking why, and then he says that she's the most important right now. Her quirk relies on food. So does the Sugar Rush kid. I don't really. So he gets more. He gets a bonus amount of candy, so he can actually help. He says their quirks rely on this. So if they don't get it, they're pretty much not going to be as useful to exploit their quirk enough. And Momo has the ability to turn her food into an item. So of course you'd get more food. So we can have better items. She still needs enough nutrition to balance herself out. The more she eats, more items again. Get it? So he's kind of putting them all the worries to rest. Now, He says while there's still daylight, he asks Momo to make some wood boards and some nails and everything so they can kind of barricade the place. She does this, and all the doors are barricaded, and he says tomorrow they're gonna work on, I guess, assigning some jobs to make sure this place runs better. He's pretty much taken charge, and no one but Bakugo really cares. Because he's done a really good job so far. But Bakugo's kind of mad that Deku's getting attention. Yes, he's grateful that he's alive, but he's mad that he's not the center of attention. The quirkless loser is getting more attention than him. Now, as I was kind of contacting UA while I was asleep, Deku's already assigned a few people some jobs just to kind of keep everything running. Kaminari is on generator checkup. Ida is going to be one of the scouts. So he has Ida kind of going around the area. Tate guy. He's in charge of barricading everything, and Deku volunteered to stay up during the night to watch over everything. There's at least 3 people doing that, though. This would be, since Ida got back, it's going to be Ida, Ochako, and Deku. They're kind of, they're on the roof. They got on the roof to make sure that everyone can see. Well, they can see everything. Most of the lights are out, but Momo made night vision goggles for them, so they can see in the dark. They're all kind of talking. They're talking quietly, and there's a few stragglers every now and then, but they don't seem to be heading in their direction. So they all become pretty good friends. And that's from really this video off for now. Until next time, goodbye.